Did you know that the Prophet of Islam's closest friends, his own companions, should have cut off his hand and fingers? Yes, you heard that correctly. In this video, you'll understand why they should have amputated his hand and fingers if his companions were real, true Muslims or believers who should have followed Islam and Sharia to the dot. In other words, neither the Sahaba and their false prophet followed what they preached. And of course, we have the receipts to back it up. In Islam, it's totally forbidden. It's haram to attribute human characteristics to Allah, which is called anthropomorphism. In other words, whenever you read any Quranic verse that is talking about Allah's hands, eyes, ears, and you move your hand and fingers, imagining that's how Allah's hands, fingers, eyes, and ears look like, you must be punished for attributing human body parts to Allah under Sharia law. In the following book, Al-Milal wa Nahl, by the famous classical scholar Ash-Sharastani, on page 92, we can read how a Muslim should be punished when he attributes human characteristics to Allah. We read, as for Ahmad ibn Hanbal, Dawood ibn Ali al-Isfahani, and a group of the early scholars, they followed the path of the earlier scholars of hadith, such as Malik ibn Anas and Muqatil ibn Sulaiman, and they adopted the path of safety, saying, we believe in what is stated in the book and the sunnah, and we do not resort to interpretation after it's known with certainty that Allah Almighty is unlike anything in creation, and that whatever is imagined is created and ordained by Him. They were so careful to avoid anthropomorphism that they said, whoever moves his hand when reciting the Almighty's words, I created with my two hands, referring to the Quranic ayah. 3, or points with his two fingers when narrating, the heart of the believer is between the two fingers of the most merciful, his hand must be cut off and his two fingers removed. Now that we have established what the punishment is, let us see if the Prophet himself should have been punished by his own companions for disobeying the Sharia of Allah. In the following Sahih Hadith, in Sunan Abi Dawud, Hadith number 4728, we read, when Abu Hurairah read chapter 4, ayah 58, he said, I saw the Messenger of Allah place his thumb on his ear and his forefinger on his eye. And Abu Hurairah said, I saw the Messenger of Allah reciting it and placing his fingers thus. Notice, the Prophet moved his hand and placed his finger on his ear and his forefinger on his eye when he heard the famous companion Abu Hurairah reciting chapter 4, ayah 58, that Allah is hearer and the seer, doing exactly what is forbidden in Islam. So the million-dollar question is, why oh why did the Sahaba not cut off the hand and the two fingers of Rasulullah?
Emotional damage.